Hello folks. Well, guess what? Wagon is gone. So by the time you see this video, I'll have showed you all the other videos and probably explained why I had to sell it. It's too bad. It would have been a great truck, but just I got too many projects on the go to rip cylinder heads off. But anyway, this guy showed up. I had no idea that he was actually going to want to take this thing home, and he shows up and he's all happy to get it. And I told him, I was like, well, you can't drive this thing. Like he lives like an hour and a half away in a little mountain town, And he said, oh no, it'll be fine. I was like, well, it's like if you drop a valve, like it's gonna do some serious damage. You're gonna wreck this motor, And he's gonna take his chance. I mean, you can buy these engines for like $800 running. So, but hopefully it makes it there. And who knows, if it's a piece of carbon, you never know. It may just clear itself out. Anyway, so I had to kind of scramble to get this thing half-assed ready for him to take home. And I told him, I said, one of the brake calipers is seized up. So I told him about a story about one time how I was going camping out at Grave Flats out by Catamount. And just as I left town, the driver's side caliper seized up on me. So I pulled over, and I had enough tools to rebuild a 350 Chevy, that old scamper. So I pulled my tools out and I cut the brake line, and I put a screwdriver in the end of it, and then I put two sets of vice grips on it, and I think a hose clamp. And I drove it a little ways, and I checked it, and it wasn't leaking, and the brakes seemed fine. I could tell that they weren't as strong, but I still had 3 sets of brakes or whatever. So as I get all the way over to a place called the Cardinal Divide, and anybody that's watching this video that's been there, they know that it's a pretty mean switchback. You lose your brakes there, you're a goner. Anyways, I come down the switchbacks, and I'm just flying down this road. I would never do that now. I'm older and wiser, and there's more traffic, but because you don't want to have a head-on with these side-by-sides. But anyway, I was just flying with the old scamper. You wouldn't even believe how fast I used to drive that thing. It was hilarious. I watched a video the other day on a guy, and he's in a Jeep, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to try going up this steep hill. And I'm thinking, I've been up that hill a million times with a couple different motorhomes. But anyway, I got to camp, and I was kind of bragging about it the next day, and I go to show people the brake line, and here the vice grips had fallen off, so I didn't even have any brakes on that side. But anyhow, so that's that. So he's on his way home, and he didn't have any in-transit permit. I told him he needed one. He said, oh no, you don't need one, you just need a bill of sale. I'm like, okay, as far as I know, you need a in-transit certificate or form or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know if he made it home. Stay tuned.